しみの中でも希望が遠く思えても紡ぐ絆は始まり僕らまだ飛べるさ行こう
Hey guys, what's up? Lord Meecher again here, your lord of video games, and welcome to another episode of Trails into Reverie. In the last episode, we had a very epic reveal of who C really is. Come on, why are you here? Why are you here? From this moment onward, there's going to be spoilers everywhere. Spoilers everywhere, so just be warned. But we're going to be playing right where we left off. We are now in Rufus's route, and I can tell he has short hair. This man cut his hair. You can tell right here that he doesn't have like like the little, you know, ponytail he used to have. Now it's just short hair. But let's jump into now Rufus's route and see what awaits for us. Oh, I am so excited. Play through Rufus's route and question mark. Playing as Rufus. Oh, that's so exciting. This is the first time we ever play as him. Well, besides him being C, but you know what I mean. First Trails game. All right, my question is this a Capua ship? Oh no, this is the name Volley ship? Interesting. That answered my question real fast. Hey, Jingo!
You were quite punctual.
You bet. Sup, and welcome aboard the Argo, the vessel of Nine Valley's new high-speed transport service.
Oh, interesting.
Our pilot is a child.
We might have been better off on the ground.
I'll have you know that I'm a licensed pilot. And that's real rich coming from you guys.
That's true.
You look like a bunch of kids about to go on a picnic with their daddy to me.
Damn.
Ooh, we got burned.
Phew. But boy, did I not see your daddy's ID coming. Who knew my mystery client would turn out to be our former Governor General, Rufus Alberea? Oops. What, do you prefer Supreme Leader now?
Ooh. Rufus Alberea.
Please, if I knew I'd be repeating myself so soon, I would have gathered my audience. That title is not mine.
But then...
I'm confused. Who's Rufus? That's this guy's real name. C was a nickname. So it's Rufus, huh? I think it's much cuter than C. I give it 85 points.
Aw.
Ooh, he kicked your butt, S.
Why would I care when I don't even get what criteria she's basing these on?
So are you famous then, Rufus? Everyone seems to know who you are.
No way.
He's not just famous, he's super famous. He's the elder son of House Alberea, one of the 4 great houses of Erebonia, and he became Crossbell's first Governor General. Together with the Empire's Chancellor and Crown Prince, he led the country to all-out war. But then he got arrested after it ended.
Damn. Just put my man on blast. Why don't you?
That's all the big common knowledge stuff, but trust me, I know all about the skeletons in his closet. Wow, you're so smart, Nadia.
Is knowing part of handling the unpleasant side of things?
Wow, you're so smart, Rufus.
Damn, she's chastising him. Holy.
Can she try not to stir up trouble with him?
Yeah, well, he's apparently not done making a name for himself. Because 3 days ago, he busted himself out of jail so he could lead a load of black-clad soldiers into Crossbell and occupy it again. He declared himself the new supreme leader and claimed he was carrying on the late Chancellor Osborne's will. You're saying that wasn't you? Yeah, hang on. You were in Crossbell yesterday and at noon today making statements. When did you have time to go to Heimdall? He couldn't have been at this Crossbell like you said. He's been with us the entirety of today and yesterday. Then that means... So there are 2 Rufus Albareas? More like... one of you is a fraud. So it seems I've got no interest in making a public show of him being one, mind you. But I am the genuine Rufus Albarea. On that you have my word. I guess I believe you. When a Crossbell's mistakes the other guy for the real deal, your brother be able to tell the difference? Yep. Can't say I even care. I'm just in it for the mirror. Speaking of, I thought the Erebronian government seized all your assets. How are you gonna pay your fare? I've long kept my assets spread out, in the event something like this were to happen. What the government sees is a mere fraction of what I own. Jesus! Okay, flaunt your wealth! Just call us poor! Why don't you? Oh yeah, that's just a little bit of money what they seized. I own too much shit. I'm a multi-billionaire, bitch. You really do prepare for anything, huh? I was worried we were duped into doing charity work for a sec. Well, we've come this far. I think it's about time you started filling in the blanks. About what exactly? You. We don't plan to call things off just because we know who you are now. But we got to admit that you're not an average guy. That means being around you is a huge risk on our part. I think you owe us a more thorough explanation on what you were up to before we met and what you're after now. It's the least you can do if we're gonna keep working together. Very well. I intend to do as much from the very beginning anyway. We'll have to understand the full scale of our situation before we advance to the next stage. Oh, okay. Rufus' tone remained flat as he recounted recent events. I need to know what the hell is going on. It began late at night on March 14 when Oryx Fort in the Cruzan province fell under attack. Come on, this should have been voice acted. This was the work of the Ebon Defense Force, who were there to aid the Crossbow Division of the Imperial Defense Force in their escape. Upon freeing the IDF from their underground cells, they continued on to another cell in that same fort, Rufus Albarea's. Yet their aim was not to free their former leader, but to assassinate him. What? Rufus deftly turned the tables against them, also managing to extract a wealth of information, even if their knowledge lacked the finer details. He learned that they have abducted Prince Olivert and would be executing a major operation in less than 24 hours. He also learned of a small suitcase that the EDF wished to find with great urgency. Sensing trouble brewing in the wake of Crossbell's liberation, Rufus then resolved to escape to better assess the situation in hand. Ah, that's when he got the C persona. The next day, March 15, was no less eventful. An imposter using Rufus's name and face as his own stormed Crossbell's signing ceremony and declared it occupied once more. This information, paired with intelligence gathered to suggest further trouble brewing in Heimdall, helped the real Rufus ascertain his next objective. He issued a statement claiming to be the prince's abductor to lure Class 7 to the Imperial capital. Oh! And following that, he sets his sights on Aurochs Canyon to take his enigmatic case the EDF were so desperately seeking. Ah, I see. You know the rest, of course. So the case was Lapis. And that's what the EDF was after. And then to lure class set. Oh, okay. Wow. You've been a busy boy, huh? Well, I've been cooped in a cell for half a year. Had plenty of pent-up energy eager to be spent. To continue, it's clear the actions the EDF and my spurious self were planned to the letter. Spurious? I imagine a multitude of events these past months have been part of their grand scheme, not just the recent attack on the city. The post-war occupation, the occupiers electing to ignore my calls to surrender, and even the city's liberation a month ago. If this fake Rufus is putting the strings here, you being around's only gonna be one big headache for him. Think it's possible you being locked up in the same place as the IDF was intentional? I would assume so. Everything about it, right down to my assassination attempt. And that in itself was just a small part of something much greater. And what are you planning to do about it? You sound like you got a pretty good idea of what you're up against. So, what does the real Rufus want? I have two goals. The first is to eliminate the imposter who seeks to use my name for ill. Makes sense if it means them being around equals people trying to kill you. The second is to settle a past debt. Oh? Crossbow's current status traces its origins to the war that ended not long ago. I, the primary member of the Ironbloods, was one of two who led the charge in that war, the other being the very man whom I revered as a father, the late Chancellor. Having made this mess, it falls to me to clean it up. The Ironbloods are an awful loyal bunch. I also feel a certain degree of responsibility toward Crossbow as its former Governor General. Let me see if I got my head around this. In short, I want to rectify Crossbow's situation and fix whatever's going on in Erebonia. Sum it up, right? That would be the end result, yes. You know, that's a lot to expect for people to pull off. That's why I never specified it being us to achieve that end result. There's no reason it has to be us who faces our enemies. Confronting evil and overcoming it with heart and willpower is best suited to heroes, not villains like myself. Like Rean and his friends whom we fought earlier, and the rest of his counterparts in Crossbow. No need to imitate what they have perfected. Works for me. Doesn't feel like our style. What we can do is learn the truth behind these myriad occurrences in our own way. We can start with a very valuable clue we happen to have in our possession. Lapis.
What is it?
Why
are you staring at me?
You're just so cute that we can't help ourselves.
Really? I see. That makes perfect sense. To be admired is the destiny of a masterpiece. Gaze upon me to your heart's content.
It's hard to picture a doll being the key to unraveling all that's going on.
It's weird, yeah.
And her not remembering anything makes it that much harder.
Got any plans for tackling that one, boss?
I just happen to have a question for you two regarding that very issue. George Rosenberg was her manufacturer, and the man who requested that she be delivered to me. Well, technically, yeah. Now that our work in Heimdall is done, I was hoping to visit him in person. But your hesitant response tells me that may not be possible. Has something befallen him?
Nope, he's fine. It's just not much would be gained by going to see him.
He's the one who gave us the job, but he specified that he was just an intermediary.
I guess whoever had him give us the job's also the one who got him to make her. Mainly because
he didn't seem to know much more than we do right now. I see. Then our only choice is to aid her in recovering her memories after all. I assume you don't know where you were originally crafted? I wish I did, but I'm afraid not. Got a place we can start at least? George didn't directly deliver the case to us. He said to pick it up from the Moon Temple. Oh. He must have hidden it there before hightailing it out of Crossbell. Be a safe bet to say she was made there or close to there. Almost certainly the Rosenberg studio on the Mines Mountain Path then. Sounds about right. We passed it on the way to the temple, but didn't go inside. A wise decision. If the Meister hid the case elsewhere, then the studio has been compromised in some manner, I'm sure. We do not know if her memory loss was unintended or deliberate. Danger or no, it's possible that we'll find something to ease her current predicament. So we know where we're going then. Of course was our course was always going to lead to Crossbell. The timing is apt. We may as well go now. But how are we gonna get in the borders when the borders are so well protected? Fear not, I have a plan. Though it will require some preparation, I'll need your participation in order for it to work, but the details can wait. For now, rest well, children. I was getting so sleepy while they talked, but I feel wide awake now. Perhaps I'll tour the ship and see what everyone is up to. Oh, okay. Aw, Rufus and Jingo. Okay. Hey, Lapis. Is she asleep? Sure is. That's a shame. I wanted to play with her. Sorry to disappoint, but let her rest, okay? She always wants to sleep, so today's been a long, rough one for her. Does she normally sleep a lot? That's an understatement. She spends most of our days off like a light. Out like a light, sorry. She's even falling asleep in the middle of combat. Jeez. Has she ever been to a doctor to fix it? Oh no, she's not sick, just very laid back. It makes life a real pain sometimes though, let me tell you. I'm sure it does. But she's my partner and there's no one else I'd rather depend on when it counts. Besides, I sort of protect her in her brother's place. I intend to honor that for the rest of my life. Are you and her brother different or the same? I'm finding it hard to wrap my mind around the idea of siblings. Let me put it like this. How would you feel if George Rosenberg were to make another doll exactly like you? If they were exactly like me, then they would be perfect. The world being blessed with more perfect things to admire is a good thing. Well, what if the other doll wasn't as cute? Pretty strong or emotive as you are? What if others called them a failure? There isn't any such thing as a Rosenberg that's also a failure. But if by any chance that were to happen, I'd be very annoyed to hear another speaking of them that way. There you go. That's how siblings are. Do you think Rufus would be annoyed if he heard something like that about his brother? Yeah. That's who that boy we saw before is, right? It's me. I don't know the first thing about what goes on in that guy's head. So it's a mystery? Yeah. Anyway, you should try and get some rest while we have the chance. So many dolls need rest anyway. Okay, thank you, Swin. Aw. Okay. Right. Can we... Now I can... get the... There we go. We got that out, right? Let's see what's up
I
ahead.
wonder what it's like to have a sibling. Do I have any out there?
Who knows? Let's see Jinko. Oh, so this is my littlest customer. You want something? Just felt the urge to tour the ship, and you're hardly big. I'm still bigger than you. And come to think of it, I haven't introduced myself to you yet now, have I? My name's Jingo. If there's anything you want, your hands on, just give me a holler. I'm Lapis. Nice to meet you, Lapis. By the way, you're not human, right? Indeed I am not. I am a proud Rosenberg doll. The world's full of surprises. You don't look surprised to me. You're in my line of work, you meet all kind of folks. You're not the first unusual customer I've had. Ooh. I'm not? Your joke sounds very interesting. You know what else would be interesting? Mods. Could I interest you in a Gatling gun for an arm or eyes that'll shoot lasers out of them? I'll give you a pretty discount. You can do all of that? It'd be worth a shot. I agree that it could be interesting, but none of it sounds as beautiful as my current design, so I'll kindly pass. No big. If you change your mind, you know where I am. I certainly do. Anyway, it's about time for Cerberus's lesson. Cerberus! Aww. What's his lesson about? Being the strongest guard dog around? Well, now I've got to know. What does it take? So far, I had him help with the cleaning and run my shop, but today he's getting pointers on flying this baby. What? He's got to be able to navigate anything life throws at him. And that includes the steering wheel. Okay. Ruff, ruff. Okay then, first, I need you to plop yourself on top of my seat. Wait, is this gonna work? Yes, as long as your front paws can reach the wheel, it's all good. You can do this, Cerberus. Good boy. My god. Hang on a minute. My god. I was gonna butt in at first, but I can't keep my mouth shut after what I just heard. Oh yeah? What's that? Maybe the whole idea of trying to teach a dog to fly this airship? So I'm not hearing what the problem is. How's he supposed to learn if he doesn't take the wheel? All of that is a problem. You're trying to make a dog transcend the limits of the canine species. Come on, now you're exaggerating. But you're welcome to stand on his lesson if you want. Part of it, of what I said, makes you think... Yeah, a dream where the whole airship fell out of the sky. Where are you, ass? Comfort me. Anyway, we're paying for this flight, so if you want to attempt the impossible, do it on your own time. We'd like to live for the landing, if you please. Fine. You're one tough customer. Off he goes.
Cerberus is so cute.
He is.
I hope I can pet him later on.
Alright. Argo deck. Oh. Both of them.
I'm afraid this side of the deck is occupied.
Oh.
You'll have to sleep elsewhere.
Hey, Rufus.
I wasn't planning to sleep out here.
Oh? Then what's brought you outside?
I wanted to go stargazing. What about you?
I wanted to take in the night air.
Since we're both here, there's something I'd like to ask.
What is it?
I know that you're a famous man, but are you a good man or a bad man?
That indeed is the question.
Bad, though that would be putting it mildly.
So very bad?
Very, very bad. I have used anything and everything to advance my interests, be it titles, fame, or even those pure of heart. There is little point in feigning a moral compass when human lives hold no value to me, or acting chivalrous when all that does is hinder me.
Rufus.
Do you still feel that way?
I do. I'm using you, Swin, and Nadia to bring my designs to fruition, am I not? I'm also using those we met in the capital, like my brother.
None of that sounds like something someone good would do, yes. You really are a very bad man.
I'm glad we could come to an understanding.
God.
So, armed with that knowledge, what do you intend to do?
Am I supposed to do something?
I suppose a doll has no reason to care if a human is good or evil.
Being a doll has nothing to do with it. But were you hoping I would admonish you? Or perhaps comfort you?
Of course not.
Okay, then I still intend to do nothing. Whether I praise you for your deeds as a hero, or chastise you for your misdeeds as a villain, it won't change you at your core. You are who you are.
Just how does humanity look through your lens for you to think in such simple terms?
I don't know. I can't answer that when I'm still learning about what it means to be human. All I can say is, I don't see if you're good or bad, where you're from, or how you were raised. I don't see what you've done or haven't done, what you possess or what you lack, because none of those are what make you exist as a person.
That's true.
So it can't be that you suddenly don't exist just because someone decides to reject those parts of you.
That's quite a philosophical approach to the matter. Or perhaps that objective thinking is the most one of artificial intelligence can fathom.
I don't know. How could I know? Just to me, being is what makes a human a human.
Perhaps you're right.
And so, it's what makes you, you.
Perhaps you're right.
Aw,
I...
Rufus.
I don't remember the exact moment I began to search for meaning in my life. My father elected to raise me as his own son, irrespective of the fact I was born because his wife laid with another man.
Ooh.
He did so with the same ease he rejected his flesh and blood because he was born from a common woman. When I learned the truth, I finally understood that House Alberea wanted me not as a human being, but as a product of noble blood. It was so hard to bear that it made me sick. Was that all? Was that the only reason I existed? I refused to accept it. I couldn't take it. And as I turned my eyes from this terrible truth, a new, more terrible thought dawned upon me. If that was not the reason I existed, then what was? That was when I met him.
Oh. Oh, the Chancellor, yes.
It is said we seek that which we do not have. Through him, I sought the father I never had. I convinced myself that if I did as sons do and became more than he ever was, then I would understand the real reason for my existence.
But
And there it was. At last, I had a goal, something to pursue. I stopped at nothing to make that goal a reality. There was no effort too ambitious, no principle too sacred to violate. But no matter what I did, it still wasn't enough. Everything I had done to secure my victory had led to a resounding, humiliating defeat. A defeat at the hands of my own brother, who, despite his unfortunate upbringing, had grown into someone strong and true. I envied him for that. But perhaps I should have known all along that a mere product could never hope to have a real, genuine purpose. The whole predicament would have been worth a laugh had it not been so deeply painful. Why am I here? What is my reason for being? Who am I?
That is the question.
You are who you are. I don't see what you've done or haven't done, what you possess or what you lack, because none of those are what make you exist as a person. Just to me, being is what makes a human a human.
Such nonsense.
I feel like Rufus is gonna learn a lot with Lapis. That might like open his eyes. He like has a lot of self-depreciation, but he's had a rough life. Aw, she fell asleep.
I thought you weren't planning to sleep out here. I'm unsure if dolls are capable of catching colds, but I believe you've taken in the stars enough for one night.
Mm-hmm. Man. Oh. Alright, on our way to Crossbell. So how are we even gonna get in there? Pretty sure we can't without the mask. March 19th. Are you all prepared? Ready to go anytime. We're good at this stuff. I don't know what we're preparing for, but I'll give it my best. Our interest will be best served if you say nothing at all. Okay then, I'm gonna make a landing. Crossbell Airport. Yeah, how are we gonna get past all that? Okay. Halt! Are you authorized to be here? Your Excellency! What is the meaning of this? Stand the presence of our Supreme Leader. We informed you in advance of our arrival. Were you not ready and waiting? Our deepest apologies! There's no need to be quite so harsh. These are good men. This airport has only been under their jurisdiction for a few days. It takes time to adjust to new responsibilities. You are merciful, Your Excellency. We will ready a car for you at once. No need. I've arranged for one personally, so remain here and continue your duties. Yes, Your Excellency! And off they go. What a bizarre experience. Not everyone gets to be their own imposter. It's hilarious. Good on you for thinking it up, boss. Well, I wasn't lying about them being good. It won't take long before they learn the truth from their superiors and come after us. We should remain in the city any longer than is needed. Can't hurt to scope out the place first, though, right? I suppose we'll have to make it a brief tour before continuing on to the Mind's Mountain Path. Does part of scoping out mean inspecting all the restaurants? That's gonna have to wait till next time. Yeah, let's get out of here. So now what? Okay. Oh! We're just right back to it. Oh. Alright. Got this stuff from Jingo. What is it? Farewell gift, apparently. Custom rod and custom spooler. And 10 fishing. Oh, we don't have fishing bait here. What? Does she think we're off on a picnic or something? What's a picnic? You're too darn cute, LP. I'm gonna look at a gift horse in the mouth. Let's use it. We'll look like tourists or something. Good for camo. Indeed. I'll leave its use to your discretion. Just try to stand out too much. Got it. Might be nice to take a breather every now and again. Sven and Nadia can now fish. Hey, finally. Rufus is now in stealth mode. Rufus will move about the city in stealth mode due to Ramda's functionality. Note that when Rufus is the party leader in town, he cannot be seen by others or use shops. Okay, makes sense. Rufus with mask and Rufus shirt. Ooh.
Aisha!
Hey!
It's me!
All right.
Oh, I love this. This is actually pretty cool. I feel like this is optimal for exploring.
My turn!
But I think I'm going to leave this episode here. And in the next one, we are going to explore Crossbell with Rufus and the gang. So, leaving things off here. Hope you guys have been enjoying these videos. If you have, please leave a like, comment, and share. That always helps out against that pesky YouTube algorithm. Subscribe and join the Moonlight Army today. Hit that bell icon to be notified when I upload a new video. If you guys want to stalk me on my social medias, the links will be in the description box below. And I also do have a voice acting channel, so if you're interested in that, the link will be in the description below and the end screen coming right up. And I'll see you guys in the next video. So, take care guys. Bye-bye.